the Avs got the goalie trade.
Oh yeah,
we're
talking about Avs. Yeah.
Pull up Blackwood's stats charge because I took a look and I'm glad that you guys are here because my
They're not pretty.
hockey watching last few years have been sporadic. So how is this guy? How good is he? Were you guys
I feel like
surprised
he's
that they
been
traded for him?
I didn't even think. I honestly get.
He's been splitting starts when he was with the Devils, so it's not like he's the starter that they brought in all of a sudden, right?
Right.
I think they're just taking a swing at somebody and they're like hoping, hey, maybe he could become something. But I don't think he has the potential to be that guy.
Yo, not gonna lie, I thought that New Jersey season when he was on the team and they went to they played the Rangers.
Yeah.
And he was the backup, right? I'm pretty sure he was the backup. I thought that was his last season in the league. I thought all last year he wasn't on a team, and then when I saw that he was on San Jose, I was like, no wonder why they took him. They wanted to tank anyways, right? Like, why are you trading for a tanking team's goalie? Like, that's the worst goalie to trade for.
I think it's his .909 save percentage that they're excited about. How that with San Jose is not that bad, but like that's 1 year. Like he's never done this before. He's been below .9 his whole career outside of like the 2 years when he was in New Jersey.
I mean, about 3 of those years in the last 4 starts, he's playing 20 starts or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
he's only starting
goalie, right?
Yeah,
and I don't like this move for Colorado.
Yeah.
I think they overpaid for him too.
It speaks the desperation of Colorado.
Yeah, they need a goalie bad, man.
Like how desperate they are. Like you couldn't give a goalie from your AHL a chance. Like anybody.
I think Annunen was the goalie that they had from the AHL, and they just traded him right now.
What
right?
about my boy Gibson? You can trade for Gibson. You can give Gibson a chance.
I think they traded Annunen earlier to Nashville.
Okay.
I think Askarov was the guy they traded him for.
These are just names to charge.
Askarov is like I think he was like he's like a prospect. I gotta confirm that this is exactly who they traded him for.
My problem with the Blackwood trade is I'm not sure if he's Antti Niemi or even Darcy Kemper level. AKA, is he good enough to be to win you the cup?
Right.
No,
because his career has not shown that at all.
Antti Niemi got to the Stanley Cup conference final before he went to Chicago, right? Was he in San Jose after?
He was after.
He was San Jose after.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think Blackwood's that guy.
No, same.
And they paid a lot for him. It shows all.
Oh no, they
continue trend in the NHL for overvaluing goaltending.
They pretty much went for the 2 New Jersey guys that were there years ago. I think the guys played together in New Jersey. Wedgwood and
Wedgwood. Now you're trying to get the
how they work for New Jersey in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, not that well. These names confuse the shit out of me. I'm not even gonna lie.
There's like, you know what? I'm kind of shocked. I made the joke earlier on this year. Like, why don't they trade for Gibson? But you could have traded for Gibson and you could have got a better result. Is Gibson still even? Is he still on long term IR or is he? I thought you.
No, I think he's available for trade. People have talked about him getting moved.
Yeah, so like, why don't you take a risk on him? He was a quality goalie before he got injured.
I don't know if I don't know when his last. I think he played this year at some point, but
I'm pretty sure he did play this year. But like,
Has he played?
He's played 8 games.
Damn, good for him.
And he's the same. He's better.
And he's a better goals against.
It's probably the cap hit. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
Colorado's cap strap.
Yeah, sure.
What's Colorado's record looking like? Because was it really necessary for them to panic at this point? As long as they're treading water at this stage of the NHL
they're
season.
16-13 and
the wild card spot.
Yeah,
wild card spot.
And in the last 10 games, they're 6-4.
I think they're just taking a swing at whatever goal they can find because at this point, none of them has worked so far.
Right.
Like whoever can start, maybe split starts on net. Maybe our defense is good enough to at least keep them away from like allowing in like high pressure shots and stuff like that.
But just look at the West standings. Like, are you really scared of those teams behind you? Are you really scared?
Calgary,
of
no.
Are you really scared of
Seattle, no.
Are you really scared of Utah?
Yeah.
No.
None of these teams are gonna beat you up.
Should give you that fear. We're like, oh, we gotta get going. Like,
and not just that. I mean, who's paying this premium other than Colorado for a goaltender right now? Did they just outbid themselves and end up? I think Kovalenko and the second round pick, right? That's quite a return for Mackenzie Blackwood.
Mackenzie Blackwood. Oh man,
because Kovalenko is someone you look at any Colorado Avalanche forum, Kovalenko's name's always brought up.
Right.
As they're hoping for this going to pan out. So they got him. They got a second round pick too for a guy who's, for lack of a better term, just a backup goalie in his NHL career.
Yeah, a guy who splits stars. That's what I'm pretty sure they're just hoping for 50-50. That's what they've been doing for years now. Like since Kemper left, they're hoping for a 50-50, and somebody gets hot in the playoffs, they're hoping to pull Vegas. I'm pretty sure. I
guess the one benefit or the one reason why I could see Colorado making the move is there's still some time before the trade deadline.
Right.
Okay. Sure, we play the premium right now. Let's see what Blackwood's made of. We have enough time. We can readdress the goaltending situation if we get to the point where we realize he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it didn't seem like a Joe Sakic kind of move. Like all the moves he's been making these like last few years have been really good moves. Like overall.
I don't know, man.
Not all of them, but like most of them have been pretty good moves. But like you know, like just like
well, at least leading up to the Stanley Cup,
like that's what I mean. Like
championship, that was they were making good moves
finals,
up to
right?
then.
But like after that, like when the cap got real tight with all the players, like it's kind of been like bad mistake after bad mistake.
Right.
And it doesn't help that your captain's out for such a long time, right?
Yeah.
But the forward core, like I feel like they're picking up the slack as much as they can. Like a lot of the games you watch, they're like 4-3, like 5-3 games of scoring.
Right.
Their goalie just can't save it. And I don't think Blackwood's the answer to that.
No.
To that.
I think he's just another one of the goalies that they just had. Like
This was something they should have addressed in the offseason.
yeah.
100%.
Because in the offseason, everyone knew that
The goalie
goalie
was problems.
it was Georgie. Georgie wasn't
Yeah.
him, right? Like,
And Anunen.
and that was like established. Like we saw what he did in the playoffs. He was probably the big reason why Colorado didn't advance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Joe Sakic. He should have addressed it then. Instead,
Right.
now you're paying a premium for no other reason than no team wants to trade their goaltender right now. And you could have avoided that if you just traded him in the offseason. You probably could have got a better goaltender
They
too.
should have gone for this Askarov kid. Like he's like not an insane player, but he's backup or he's a prospect pretty much in Nashville, and they traded him to San Jose this year. This kid's only 22 years old. I mean, he might not have been the answer immediately.
0.927 and 1.
I mean, he hasn't played much, but like,
yeah, but like 2 games,
yeah,
and you're like a rookie kind of goalie.
yeah.
You know, and he's Russian. You know, Russia's been making quality goalies lately. You know,
100%.
You probably could have traded for someone on Columbus, or there's a. I mean, we're talking about Mackenzie Blackwood here. We're not talking
Yeah.
about Martin Brodeur, right?
Yeah.
This legendary Devils goaltender. Like Blackwood, like you said, Zach, we thought he was out of the league.
I thought
Right? So
he basically was. He was on San Jose. He was basically out of the league.
That was
Anyway,
the AHL pretty much
Yeah.
right, last year if he was playing for them.
yeah, even
I feel like they're cooked until like for a while. I think this isn't going to resolve anything.
Yeah.
And
Maybe they're
you
gonna
know,
redress it.
I could be wrong. Like I could be wrong. Like maybe with this guy Blackwood, all of a sudden he's a Vezina winning kind of guy. But like his like career numbers doesn't like show that. His like you
Yeah.
know like, and it's just like, why are you making these like why make the move now? Like if you don't need to make the move now.
exactly.
You're in a wild card spot. You're
That's right.
holding it down.
Yeah.
Right. You're 6-4 in the last 10
Like-
games. Like there's no need to like leverage all these players, because like let's be real. Like if you know. We could talk about the elephant in the room. They got Rantanen at the end of this year too.
Yeah.
So like you got to think about that at the end of the day. You can't be like what Rantanen walks. What if he doesn't like the proposal you send him?
Yeah.
Right.
You're just giving away prospects for no reason now. Like what the fuck are we doing? Like you gotta come on, Joe Sakic. You gotta wake up and sometimes realize like like you know, there's no need to rush under what you got right now. They're doing well for what they got.
Right.
So why pull these fucking moves?
I think the only reason why they did it now, Razak, is off the top. They're probably just giving Blackwood a showcase, see what he's made of, and then we might have to readdress this at the trade deadline. But like you're saying, unless you're like 5 games below 500 at this point, there's no need for you to panic at all.
Like if they were like,
You can be 500 at trade deadline and still make the playoffs. You only
Yeah.
need around like 90, 95 points to make the playoffs in the NHL. That's what, historically at least. So why panic? Like
Yeah,
you're
why
saying,
panic?
unless you are like they should have if you're gonna trade based off panic when they were really poor out the gate.
Why did they trade
That's
then?
when they should have done a trade.
yeah.
Now you've weathered the storm. Your star players have shown up, and they're holding the fort down.
Rantanen's carrying his own line. MacKinnon's carrying his own line.
Right.
Makar's playing great.
Yeah.
Like what else? Like, and you're winning games. Like it's not like you're losing every. Like those other games, like it would be like they'd be 500. But now you're actually like out of the 10 games, you're 6-4.
But you know, Georgie was historically bad. Shashi, pull up his stats because
I think he's who's he played for before? Was he always no? He was with New York before this, right? And he's
I thought
splitting
so.
with he's with New York before. I mean he's never been. I mean he's okay at first,
That one season,
and then
the first
Shesterkin just
season.
won the job, and I think he's downhill after that.
That first season on
And Colorado wasn't bad,
Colorado
yeah.
was bad.
0.918 and 2.53.
well, just look at his
After that, he's been downhill.
season this year. 17 starts, only 6 quality starts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
great start. But 35% of his starts this year, he was giving him a quality start. Maybe that's why Colorado just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna pull
Yeah.
the plug. This guy's
Yeah,
not
he's
gonna
something.
do it." Yeah.
Just to see what.
But what about
works.
last year, Joe? Right? Like last year, his quality start percentage was what 43% of the time.
Yeah.
So not even half the time.
Yeah.
And I think, if anything, if I'm a Colorado fan, I'm a little frustrated that we didn't address this during the offseason.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna get a goaltender in the middle of the season, you want a goaltender who has who's more caliber than
Yeah.
what Mackenzie Blackwood is, right?
100%. Go for at least just go for a veteran goalie at that point, right? Why don't you just go for a veteran goalie that has a lot of playoff experience, and that could maybe pull off like a Tim Thomas kind of run right there for you. But like Blackwood's resume doesn't even show, and on top of that, you give a prospect up for no reason
And a second round pick.
Yeah, and a second round pick.
And who are you competing for San Jose's backup?
Yeah.
San Jose might be the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
No other team's going like when you get Mackenzie
He's
Blackwood.
got journeyman goalie for no reason, pretty much.
And Colorado, they've got fleeced on a few of these deals,
Yeah.
man. I think Joe gets a little desperate, and then he just has to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He's like, we have to make this trade and move on. And he plays a premium on some of these trades in recent years.
I don't get it. Like if you're going for if you were just gonna go for goal, why don't you just go for what's his name on Chi-Town? You could have just got him probably for less. What's his name? Mrazek.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have been
He's a veteran goalie.
He's a veteran goalie. He's
yeah.
been there. He's probably his numbers are probably great, but
Yeah.
they're better than probably Georgiev and Blackwood's put
Yeah.
together.
It probably wouldn't have cost you a second round pick from Mrazek, right?
For sure.